Each of our opportunities when we're looking at projects is to think about what's unique in the client's mind. And in our experience, that's often about how a building functions on the inside. You know, it's not always about its sculptural form or external appearance, and I think we would often design buildings from the inside out. Hawkins Brown was set up in 1988. Russell Brown and myself had been working at a company called Rock Townsend, and we felt that it had lost a lot of its design direction, a lot of its soul perhaps had changed, and we could do better ourselves. So one night, after too many beers in the pub, we decided we were going to set up Hawkins Brown, and the following morning we agreed that was the right thing to do. It was obvious to Russell Brown and myself that how you set out your stall affects the type of work that you do, and we felt that if you just start doing small-scale domestic extensions, so 10 years later you're still doing small domestic extensions. So we very deliberately wanted to target larger scale work. So we looked at work on railways and infrastructure as something we were keen to develop. So in that sense, Tottenham Court Road was a dream project. We've been working on Tottenham Court Road tube station since 1992, so that's 22 years on the same project now. When you're working around existing underground stations, there's a lot of constraint. So Tottenham Court Road, for example, we had 4 sites that we had to appraise and carry out feasibility studies for, and the site that was chosen to expand Tottenham Court Road underground station was the forecourt to centre point. If you're aware of what it used to be like, there was a 1960s design of a fountain within a pool, and the roads went around that. What it didn't have was any pedestrian environment, there was no public realm space. So we saw that as an opportunity to rework the space in front of Centre Point as a plaza, as a public space, but fundamentally create an access site to work in the ground. And then we were debating with the engineers, getting people in and out of the station. So our designs are about managing people, managing underground spaces, and we led that design process. Dean Street, which is 200 metres away, is now a whole new entrance and therefore exit from the underground. Soho is a very tight environment of Georgian streets. There's no buses in Soho, there's no tube stations in Soho. So by developing Dean Street, we're creating a new station entrance for the first time. It's a fantastic project for our office, and I think what it's also done, we've, if you like, earned our spurs now after 20 years with Crossrail, and we've been picked up to now deliver both Liverpool Street and Bond Street. And these are exciting projects. They're really going to transform public transport in London, and it's a big responsibility on work of that scale. It used to be the architect led the design team, you know, would swirl a cape and deliver a design, and no one really would challenge what that design was. That was the architect's vision. Our practice has changed a lot, and I say it's much more of a collaborative process. So we work in a team, and that team is the whole design professionals, but the client, the public client through planning process. So to get a building built, we're working in collaboration with some fantastic people.